Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping into some really practical stuff today, pulling apart material that focuses on one of the most, commonly requested topics for English learners. Those notoriously tricky TH sounds in American English.
That's right.
Yeah.
For many people learning the language, both the sound in this, A and the sound in think, they can be a real challenge.
Yeah.
They often get swapped out for sounds like S or T or even D, which honestly can completely change the meaning of what you're trying to say.
Oh, definitely.
Think thin versus tin, or maybe this versus dis.
Yes.
It matters.
Yeah, the stakes are surprisingly high, aren't they? So our mission in this deep dive is basically to distill the absolute core techniques and insights from this material. We want to give you a direct path to understanding and, practicing these sounds effectively. And we're going to focus only on what's presented in the resources you shared. So let's just jump right in.
Okay. So the foundational concept, it's purely physical, really. It's about where your tongue needs to be.
Right.
For both TH sounds, the voiced and the voiceless, you need to place the tip of your tongue slightly out, just between your top and bottom front teeth.
Ah, the classic visual, just a little peek of the tongue, yeah. But they make a really important distinction once the tongue is in place, don't they? Something about the air and sound.
Exactly. The tongue position is like step one. But the difference between the two TH sounds, that comes down to whether your vocal cords are vibrating or not.
Okay. So for the sound we hear in words like think or math, that's the one without the buzz.
That's the one. It's the voiceless TH. Technically FICO. There's zero vibration in your throat.
Yeah.
You're simply pushing air past that tongue between teeth position. It's just air.
Got it. Just air, like a whisper. And for the sound in words like this, mother, that one does have the buzz.
That's the voice TH, the E-gree. And yeah, this is where you turn on your voice. Your vocal cords vibrate. You should actually be able to feel a buzz kind of in your throat or maybe your neck when you make this sound.
And the source material, it suggests a super simple way to start feeling that difference, right?
It does, yeah. You start with that tongue position, get that right first, then just practice pushing air. TH, that's for the voiceless sound.
Right.
Then you add the vibration, H. Trying to feel that buzz. Even trying simple pairs like, say, thin and then really slowly helps you feel that transition from just air to air plus vibration.
Okay, that makes sense. Let's unpack the voiceless TH, the heech, a bit more first. Remember, you listeners, this is just air, no buzz in your throat for this one.
Right, and the material gives some great examples to really drill this. Try saying words like think, thanks, thought, theater, or sometimes it's at the end of words, like in path, bath, month. When you say those, try to focus on feeling that air just escaping between your tongue and teeth.
And they give us that perfect little phrase to isolate it. I think it's thin. Practicing saying that slowly, really concentrating on that area sound.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then there's that fantastic tongue twister they offer. It really demands precision with that ah sound.
Oh, the tongue twister, right.
Yeah, the classic. Think through the thick things thoughtfully. Saying that a few times. Start slow and then build up some speed. It's an excellent way to build that muscle memory for the voiceless sound.
Definitely good practice. Okay, switching gears then. Let's talk about the voice TH, the A. This is the one where you must feel that vibration in your throat.
Absolutely. And this sound, it shows up in some of the most common words in English, actually. Think of this, that, those.
Building blocks?
Exactly. And also in the middle of words like mother, brother, other, feather. For all of these, you need that vocal cord vibration happening, that buzz.
And they suggest trying a simple sentence, right? Like, this is the book. If you put your fingers on your throat and say it, can you feel the buzz on this and this?
That's the test. And they also offer another example sentence. That feather is from another bird. That one's good for practicing linking together multiple voice TH sounds and, keeping that vibration going throughout.
Okay, now here's where it gets really practical, and honestly, where I think a lot of mistakes happen. Distinguishing clearly between these two sounds. The material really emphasizes this because swapping them, it changes the word entirely, doesn't it?
It really does. And this is exactly why they introduced the concept of minimal pairs. So words that are identical except for just that one sound.
Ah, the minimal pairs, right.
In this case, one word uses the voiceless just air.
Yeah.
The other uses the voiced air plus buzz.
Like comparing think with this a or thought do with that.
Exactly those. Others they list include ether versus either Teeth versus breathe. Notice the spelling change there too, but the sound difference is key. And throw versus though. Practicing these side by side really helps you feel the difference, you know? Just air for the first word, air plus vibration for the second. That small difference is the key.
And they give us some sentences combining these pairs to really hammer home the distinction. I think this is right. You hear both sounds there.
Mm-hmm.
And another one. The teeth were white, but she couldn't breathe. Notice how just adding or removing that vibration changes the word and, well, the whole meaning. That's got to be a major aha moment for many learners.
Oh, absolutely. Understanding that minimal shift, that voicing difference, is really powerful.
Okay, now, thinking about real conversation, words don't just sit there in isolation, do they? The material also talks about how these TH sounds behave in connected speech, how they often kind of link up with the words around them.
Right, exactly. They flow. You don't usually put a big stop between the TH sound and whatever word comes next.
Smoother, yeah.
Yeah. Some sentences they provide for practicing this link include, do you think that this is true? You can hear how think that and this is can sort of blend together slightly.
I hear it.
Another good one is, thanks for the other thing. Again, notice the flow between for the and the other.
So the TH acts almost like a bridge between words sometimes.
That's a good way to put it. And they even suggest practicing short, like back and forth dialogues to work on these sounds in a more dynamic conversational flow.
Makes sense. Moving from just the sounds and pairs to how it actually works in sentences and conversations is, well, the crucial next step, isn't it?
It really is.
And putting it all together, that means practicing these sounds within longer passages, right? The material recommends paragraph practice for this, mixing lots of TH words, both sounds, within a more natural flow.
Yes. Using a block of text helps you integrate the sounds without having to think about each one individually quite so much. For instance, a sentence like, this Thursday, I think that the theater will be full.
Okay, lots of THs there.
Yeah. Or, thanks to my brother, we got tickets. That kind of sentence forces you to switch between voiced A's and voiceless O sounds and link them together naturally within the sentence structure.
They also mentioned one other quick technique, didn't they? For building speed.
Ah, yes. That's the concept of a rapid-fire drill. Basically taking those minimal pairs, like think this or short phrases, and just repeating them quickly several times in a row.
Kind of like a workout.
Exactly. To build speed and make the tongue movement and that voicing difference more automatic, more second nature.
Okay. So let's try and pull the core insights from all this material together. Mastering American TH sounds, it really starts with that specific tongue placement, right? Just between the teeth.
That's fundamental. Then it's all about recognizing and crucially controlling the difference between the voiceless burst of air, the O, and the voice vibration, the E.
And the pathway to getting comfortable, based on the source, seems to be pretty structured practice. Begin with the isolated sounds, then work on contrasting them with minimal pairs.
And finally, integrate them naturally into sentences and eventually longer speech and conversation.
Yeah, the actionable steps they lay out seem really key. So for your own practice, thinking about what we've discussed today from the source, try recording yourself. Say some of those example sentences or maybe that paragraph to actually hear how you sound.
Even idea.
And dedicate just a couple of minutes daily maybe to practicing those minimal pairs. And don't forget the mirror trick. Literally watch your tongue placement to make sure it's poking out just the right amount.
Definitely helps. And, this leaves you with a thought to maybe consider. How might focusing specifically on getting just this one small but really distinct pair of sounds right, how might that unlock a significant boost in your confidence and your overall clarity when you're speaking American English?
Something to think about.